garbage person of the week is this guy, Matt Couch, who has a big following on Twitter, some kind of right winger. He spread this video, and it's a group of teens jumping another teen. And the reason he's on here is not just for this video or just for the caption that says, perhaps the Manhattan DA can investigate this group of thugs who viciously attacked and beat a 12-year-old white, capital W, white girl in New York City. That would be bad enough. Using crime to society shouldn't be prosecuted for their crimes would be bad enough, but it's worse. As we now have this tool on Twitter where you can add contextual information, and they did that. It's the video's 3 years old. It's a 15-year-old victim who was not white, and at least 5 people were arrested for it. So the facts are like all wrong. Even that's not true. The NYPD arrested 12 people in reference to it. So the need to let Trump off the hook because they can't track down these teen criminals is outdated, and they did track them down. But then, after having it pointed out that all of the facts are wrong there, he then replies, apparently the kid was 15 and possibly not white, which now, according to the liberals and morons commenting now, makes this video okay. So even in that, he does not respond to the fact that the video is years old, so it's super weird that he's spreading it right now. But he's even more wrong than he's acknowledging there. And the added garbage is that the video is still up, by the way, and why wouldn't it be? It got nearly 13,000 retweets, 31,000 likes. Why not gain more clout when you're getting clout for free and nobody seems to care that what you're spreading was horribly racist initially and also wrong in basically every fact? Brett, what do you think?
I mean, this is why I call it scornography, in the same way that adult content frequently is just not very realistic. But people like get all into it and like, no, this is their fantasy. This is his fantasy. It doesn't have to be based in reality. It has to have some trappings of like whatever he wants the world to be, plus a little bit of truth. Like, yes, there are pizza delivery people, but they don't show up and ask if we want to, Anyways, but yeah, this is explicitly for the purpose of fantasy and emotional self-pleasurement through rage or anger or indignance, but really this faux righteousness. And at the end of the day, they don't care if it's based in any sense of reality.
Yeah, 100%. Well, those are our garbage people, but we also want to shout out the 51,000 of you who voted for the community garbage person of the week. And here are your top 5. This is actually a pretty split one. Coming at number 5 this week with 11% of the vote is the Texas judge pushing pro-life views during an abortion pill case. Honestly, there's been so much horrendous commentary and legislation around those sorts of issues. I'm not even sure what that one's referencing. But number 4, 13% of the vote. It's college hockey player for pushing an amputee's wheelchair downstairs. Jesus.
They were not in it. They were not in it.
Okay.
They were in the bathroom at the time. It was at the top of the stairs and they just pushed it out for fun.
Absolutely horrendous. Number 3, 20% of the vote. Sarah Huckabee Sanders for weakening child labor laws. That one I am familiar with. Just horrendous. Save the children so they can work in the mine. Number 2, 21% of the vote is the House GOP for trying to protect Trump from an indictment throughout the week, and that will certainly continue. But no, far and away, 35% you have Trump as the garbage person of the week for calling for protests for his potential indictment, and he won with like 14% of the vote in advance or over and above number 2. Can you imagine if they had known he was going to talk about death and destruction? I think he earned his spot in the can this week. Thanks, Donald Trump.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.